Hi, hello, welcome, Doodle Crew and Doodle Crew friends. We're back. And if that's not a reason to celebrate, then hey, our topic for today is... Yes, thank you. Can you tell I'm a little rusty? I'm not ashamed. So today we're doing Holidays as Heroes. This is one I've wanted to do for a while because I love the movie Rise of the Guardians. Are you serious, microphone? Are you serious right now? It knows. It knows. Hey, somebody else talk. Tell me who you are and what you're doing.
Hi, I'm Megan Cook. You can find me at Megan C Creates at Instagram. Like Emily said, we're doing holidays as heroes, and I got this crazy idea in my head to do St. Patrick's Day because I had the Thor meme stuck in my head, and I was like, how cool would it be to try to translate that into St. Patrick's Day? So yeah.
Yay! Exciting. And if people want to find you, where can they find you?
Instagram and Twitter. I think I am also Megan C Creates on Twitter, but you can also find me on Linktree, has all my socials, and I have a shop on Etsy under the same name. So
Yay!
yay!
And Mayor Squish. Hi, welcome.
Hello, I'm Mayor Squish. I'm doing a kind of a weird holiday. It's called World Contact Day, and it was founded by the, hold on, what is it called? The International Flying Saucer Bureau, which, very professional. And basically, they wanted to make a holiday where they would all focus on the same message to try and send it into space to contact aliens, because that's a normal thing to do. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I thought I would get a little bit weird with it.
Yes, I'm so excited. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it so much.
Yes. And you can find me pretty much everywhere at Mayor Squish.
I want you to know I've streamed 4 times in the last 2 weeks. It has not done this once. It waits. It waits for Doodle Crew. I'm Swan. I'm around the internet at a swan named Emily. I'm going to do Halloween, which, yep, I'm not bringing anything new, but I have a character who's Halloween themed that I wanted to draw some more, so I'm drawing her. Oh my goodness. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I'm excited about this. Yeah. Okay. Maybe if I talk less and draw more, it'll work. Oh. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. I'm scared to touch anything.
Just breathe only on the right side of your face. And it'll work fine.
Don't think about the microphone. Don't look at the microphone.
Pretend it doesn't exist, and then it'll get annoyed and it'll work.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it just cracks me up because I literally streamed Friday and it didn't do anything. I streamed Wednesday and it was fine. So, I don't know.
And then today it's like, nope.
It's like, I'm sorry, no. I am sorry, no. Yep. Oh, goodness. But yeah, what I think I was trying to say is I love the movie The Rise of the Guardians and how they designed all the different holiday heroes. So that was kind of my jumping off point for this fun one. Also, hi, Soapbox Clots. I saw you say hi before. I'm sorry. I was having way too much fun. Blowing out the eardrums of everybody. Also, Mayor Squish, I am adoring this sketch that you've already got going. I'm very excited about it.
It's a mood. Yeah, when I signed up for this episode, I didn't realize I, don't know how to draw people.
But they're your favorite.
Yeah, I love people.
I'm looking for. It was a reference I had, but now I don't know where it went.
I have all my references lined up and I'm still conceptualizing. I didn't get far enough with this idea.
Yeah. I think the theme of today is, well, I had an idea. That's the end of that. Okay. No. Yeah, you can always, I the same thing happens to me when I'm working on my own streams where I have these moments where I just get really quiet because I'm thinking really hard about what I'm drawing. I cannot multitask. Hi, cat. Hello. Yes, hi. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi.
She's like, I heard you're trying to multitask. Here, let me help.
Let me assist you, mother. Let me help you. Hi. Yeah? Do you have a favorite holiday? Let's say every day should be a celebration of you. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Do y'all have favorite holidays?
Ooh. Well, I am a big fan of Halloween, but Christmas is a close second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's those two. I don't think there's anything else that I really celebrate.
Just go bananas for Arbor Day.
Totally.
I want to meet somebody who, well, I'm going to put a pin in this because I am my own thing, but like somebody who just really goes nuts on a very small holiday, but it's like it's their big thing and they just love it.
I mean, I will say I do always wear green on St. Patrick's Day, which no one else seems to do anymore. So
I
Oh,
totally
goodness.
spaced on it this year.
Yeah, I forget. I definitely didn't. We had a drink and draw that day, which is we were funny. We were talking about how that was the last one that we had. I think I wore green for stream, but I don't think I did anything else. I definitely haven't gone out and celebrated St. Patrick's Day in a very long time. But yeah, my family always does a lot of fun stuff for Groundhog's Day. So speaking of very small, silly holidays, hi there. Yes. We always watch the movie and we always have like a meal together. And then this year I bought them the Groundhog Day board game, which is super fun. So yeah, we've leaned in. We've leaned into that one, and I'm here for it. Okay, there's now cat hair all over my monitor. Cool. Good. Helpful. Thank you. Uh-oh. Can y'all still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, my levels just went, like, everything went down, so it's cursed! Cursed! It's fine. It's fine. Mm.
Oh, there it goes. I had my line disappear, and I'm like, oh, I'm on my eraser, no big deal. And then I was like, I clicked on my pencil again, and it's like, no line for you. I'm like, where did you go? Come back.
As we all know, Sunday is the day for technical difficulties. Which, the one thing I haven't set up yet is I want to mount my webcam differently and have it so it's super easy to bend it over to do a top-down view like Mayor Squish is doing, so that it would be easier for me to switch from digital art to traditional art. So that's the next thing. I want to do this because that's gonna help. There we go. So aside from the holiday that you have brought to us today, Nicole, which I've never heard of, are there any big ones that you celebrate across the pond that we don't do here in the States?
I'm not sure I would call it celebrate, but I mean, we're kind of a very Catholic country, so
Okay.
we have weird, like, I mean, I should probably know these better, but like Ascension Day and stuff like that.
Okay.
It seems like everyone that's older than me, like I'm gonna say significantly older than me, like 40s plus,
Mm-hmm.
like just always know like the dates of everything. It's like, no, of course, it's in 141 days. Duh.
Right.
It's weird, but
That's funny.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, I always think of the, and I think I'm going to blame TikTok for part of this because I've had American Girl on the brain recently. And the American Girl doll that I had was Kirsten when I was growing up. And she always did I think it's around Christmas time where they do the actual candles all around the Christmas tree
Oh
and all
yeah.
of that and stuff. So it was cool, like still very close to, what we celebrate, but I liked that for the American Girls, they told you the specific things of their traditions. Bean, big same. I don't know what day it is anymore. I can't keep track. Like literally, I get up in the morning, I refresh my Google Calendar, and then I go from there. Because left to my own devices, I just don't know. So, Bean, do you have a favorite holiday? Is there a Welders celebration day? I always laugh that I feel like you can pretty much Google any day and find out what, unofficial holiday it is. And it's like, man, donut and margarita, like those days seem to happen a whole bunch of times throughout the year. None of which is a complaint from me. But I'm like, I think we just make this up. I don't know. I don't think this is a consistent thing. I mean, Talk Like a Pirate Day, very consistent. Always September 19th. So we do have that.
Somehow I'm not surprised that you know that.
Yep. That's fair and accurate. Oh, I like that answer. Bean says, no idea. I guess Labor Day, because Dragon Con. I like that. I have definitely become more of a fan of Labor Day directly because of Dragon Con. So. Also, mentally, I'm trying not to let the pressure of my holiday get to me because I love The Nightmare Before Christmas so much. And you want to talk amazing, Halloween character design. I'm just like, to block it out. It's okay. I feel like, much like there's a whole Halloween town, I'm going along with and if we're doing Rise of the Guardian, kind of rules, they have all of the helpers. Like there's the main holiday person, but then there's a whole bunch of assistants who help along with it. So, I'm leaning towards with this character. She's more of the like playful mischief side of Halloween, not necessarily the scary, spooky side. Because let's be real, I'm drawing her, so it's definitely not going to be the scary, spooky side. But yeah, I just I've always enjoyed her having like this big like pumpkin head that she wears and takes off. So she kind of babysits the teens and might spook the little kids a little bit, but about Hocus Pocus level of scary.
Okay, all right. I like it. That is more of the mischievous side, the fun side of Halloween.
Yes. So, she'd throw pumpkins at the big kids if they were trying to steal the candy from the little kids. Oh, there is a blacksmith holiday, and I guess it's Saint Clement's Day on November 23rd. Ah, okay. So, Bean, maybe we have a new, happier celebration day for you. Because I know you don't always get super jazzed about your birthday. Also, one of my thoughts for this was I really wanted to do a character model sheet because I haven't been doing them in a while. So I want draw the character from a whole bunch of angles and everything, and then I'm having these moments where I'm like, oh my god, I'm so rusty. I haven't done this in so long. Like, how do you draw the character the same? What do you mean? What do you mean I have to turn her around? That seems sus.
And meanwhile, I'm over here, and that's exactly what I want to practice with this one.
Well, I was looking at yours, and I was like, oh man, she's well on it. I'm like, well, I've sketched one pose that I'm happy with.
This is why I pre-sketch. If I have time, because it takes so long.
Yeah. Well, there's something funny about, and I'm looking back on it now, and I remember in college when we were being asked to come up with so many different characters and do full character sheets and stuff like that. Like, I didn't realize the amount of time that should be paid to ideation and like revisions and going through and, talking through your idea with different people and kind of refining. Like, we were on such a strict pipeline to get like, okay, you have to establish the character. And by the time you should be refining them and getting to know them a little bit more, you already need to be animating because that's when that project is due. So I wish I could go back and spend more time in that, really working through the process of, not just that initial like, okay, this is a cool concept design, but then going into like, okay, so how do we make it cleaner, make it crisper, make it more streamlined? Why does she have these things? Like, how does this costume affect her, not just visually, coming from the school of anime where I'm like, she has a cape because capes look cool. Which I'm a full supporter of. This is no shade against capes. Edna Mode, I'm sorry. Capes.
I felt the same when I was like, he's got to have a cape, but I'm like, Edna is not going to be happy with me.
Okay. They're so fun to draw. Oh my gosh, though, I feel like, and I give you full range to laugh at me about it, though. I was trying to draw. Actually, no. Let me start this sentence again because I can do it better. So, Megan, I pulled from your mermaid prompts. I know. No one expected me to do mermaid. Haha. Yeah. But I saw that, and then there was another one that was it's Art Nouveau, but they just listed a whole bunch of gemstones. So
Yes.
Friday on stream, I was having chat help me mash them together, and Dell had suggested angelfish. Nope, I lied. Beta fish. I always think angel because of all their crazy things. And I'm drawing this, and I'm like, none of this is like drawing hair or the very specific Sailor Scout skirts, which both of those things I love to draw, and I'm just like, I don't know how to draw this crazy fish thing. So I was just like, oh my goodness. So I was thinking like capes. I'm like, I love to draw capes. I love to draw all of this other like fabric and organic things that kind of are like that, but they're not actually like that. And I was having a real moment where I was like, man, I never draw fish. And apparently I never draw mermaids. So, good idea for stream, Emily. Well done. Yikes. But hey, you know what? We made it. And I did successfully draw one, so.
That is awesome. I will have to check out your channel later tonight and watch it because I'm super excited because you I don't think I've ever seen you draw a mermaid.
Nope. I really don't. Which is funny because little Emily was all about like unicorns and mermaids and fairies and everything, but for some reason I just don't draw them. So, what up, PB? Hello. Yeah. I love them visually. I love mermaid, like to see all of the cool art and everything, and I just sit there and I'm like, I have internalized none of this. I've remembered nothing. Randall was picking on me. He's like, just draw squiggly shapes. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. All my squiggles look weird.
If it makes you feel any better, when I attempted Junicorn, I felt the exact same way. I'm like, come on, you love horses. You used to draw horses in like elementary school and middle school. This can't be this difficult. At about day 15, I'm like, I'm dying. I hate this. I hate everything in life. I don't even know what a horse, like, how does a horse even move? How is this even an animal?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Vineyard Warrior, is she gonna make me do Junicorn? She's gonna have to draw with me if I'm doing it, she's got to draw unicorns with me. Not that I think that's gonna be a hard sell, but yeah. And then I got in the habit for a while of just because I think I'd been commissioned a couple of times at cons to draw My Little Pony, so I'd been practicing the My Little Pony style, which has no relation to actual horses or how they look. And so trying to like marry the two in my brain, because again, I grew up as a horse girl. We had horses. I drew horses all the time, but I'm just like, I don't know how to do this anymore. What have I become? Yeah. It's been a it's been an interesting journey for me as of late. Good stuff. But I always laugh, and I know we've talked about this before, and I always think of Kia, another member of Doodle Crew, because she's very good at drawing horses, and she's a big Last Unicorn fan. And, you know, I remember her and Randall and some of our other college buddies, like, it doesn't matter who's animating it, unless you are doing Spirit of the Cimarron, like, no one can animate horses. Like, I remember there was a Batman episode where they drew a ton of horses. They all looked wonky as heck. Like, I'm like, why? Why do you keep doing this to yourselves? Why do you keep writing stories with horses when no one can draw or animate them?
Because people like horses.
People do like horses. I am woefully behind on it, but a friend of mine is on a podcast called Horse Girls Podcast, where they talk about different horse girl book series that they're going back and rereading, and their friend who did not grow up as a horse girl, is an observer of all of this. And it's so funny to me because some of the stuff they talk about, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Like, it's all of this. Yes. It's such a specific type of human that is a horse girl.
Oh my God. Unlocking some core memories there.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, I'm afraid to ask, Hebe. Tell me more. Oh, Power Rangery. That's exciting. Oh my gosh. I wanted to be the Yellow Ranger from, I'm assuming season 1. It was Trini. I wanted to be Trini so bad. Like, I was an only child, so I grew up playing outside by myself a whole bunch, and I would fight putties in my imagination, and I wanted all of it. So, but I don't know if it was because we stopped having the channel, or like, I feel like after a while I only ever saw like the first chunk of characters. I never branched off out of my first, core group of Power Rangers, and even then I fell off of the story. So I always wondered what happened. And now I'm too far gone. It's called Go Go Power Stranger, which I love, which I, a super fan, watch episode by episode with someone who has little to no firsthand knowledge, my boyfriend. We'll analyze based on that. I love this so much. That's going to be super fun. Let us know when you're dropping these episodes, and we will promote it, because I am positive you are going to get amazing amounts of Power Ranger fans coming to see. I remember there's a comic book artist who was doing covers and interiors on a new comic book Power Rangers that was coming out, and I wanted to start picking them up again because the art looked so dope, and I'm like, this is amazing. I've never read a Power Rangers comic, but I want to now. Could watch, but that was too violent. And look at you now, Bean. Now you make all your own weapons. Yeah, that was TMNT for me and my family. I was not allowed to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know. I don't know. I can't give you insight into what I was and wasn't allowed to watch. I know some of it was genuinely because we didn't have cable for a while. So if I was going to watch certain things, I could only do it at my grandparents' house, like Nickelodeon. So beyond that, I don't know. Oh, it's Hebe. It's so good to hear that they actually hold up as far as comics and not just from the art. Like I said, some of the art just was stunning. Like the layouts and the composition, like it looked like the most dramatic, like high conflict. Oh, so good. So I'm happy that they backed it up with good story as well. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's so fun. Well, as I am now getting ready to start going back to Comic-Cons again, I will have to see if I can pick up some of the trades and do it, because that would be very fun. Also, another TV show that had just the most slapping intro song that was catchy as heck. Like, I love it. I love it when they're just like, you know what this needs? Intense guitar. I'm like, yes, you are correct. Thank you. You made a good decision on this.
It reminds me of those TikToks of the guy like is a studio producer and they're like, hey, can you write this theme song? Like the last one I saw was Gargoyles. They're like, it's a kid's show. It's about, statues that come to life, maybe something a little, classy or whatever. And the guy's like, all right, I got you. And then they played the whole theme song and I'm like, oh, I love it.
I love that theme song so much. I love that show though. Like I just and yes, Hebe, I love those TikToks so much. Especially, and it's even like sometimes it's Zelda levels or stuff that I never necessarily played, but I know the music where they're like, don't make it too ominous, too scary, everything that comes in. You're just like, I can feel my heart rate increasing.
It's like theme songs that didn't have to go so hard. And every time it comes across my feed, I'm like, yes. Whatever it is going to be epic.
Yes, give it. Yep. Yeah, for all of the insanity of TikTok and the not so great stuff, sometimes there are gems that bring me much joy. Yeah. That whole like Gargoyles intro, like the the intro, the theme intro is just it's perfection. I love it so much.
It's just like we're gonna give you the backstory in like the coolest way possible. So every episode, in case you forgot, this is what's going on.
Yep.
And then we're going to do it with the really cool 90s music in the background. And it's like, oh, it's just nostalgia fodder. It's amazing.
Yep. The audio engineering of Goliath's claws going into the building along with the beat. Like, I'm like, it's just perfect. This is perfect. I don't care. Ugh. It's so good. Oh, Hebe, I don't know if I know that one. Saying, I also like the girl who does all the harmonies, backing vocals for songs, and reacts to what the lyrics are. I do enjoy the one that's a lot of people reacting to, like songs in the 90s that we just kind of went along with, and you actually listen to them, you're like, oh, oh, that's naughty. How did they play this on the radio? Oh.
I like the ones where they make fun of like Creed and some of the like other grunge songs, like, hey, don't you guys miss that song that goes, and it's like all gibberish, like gibberish caption. It's like, yeah, that's what it sounds like, but like gasoline, it's like, yeah, that's what it sounds like, but there's actual lyrics.
Yep. Oh, I love love it so much. Set up like she's in a studio recording lip syncs to them, though, make it. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I feel like, once again, when you're living through it, it doesn't necessarily strike as so weird, but I look at, like, the crazy amount of ridiculous ends of the spectrum of music that we had from, like, 90s to the early noughties. Like, I'm like, what? What was happening? What was at, like, it just, it's everywhere, all together, all at once, everything. Which was the first draft of that movie name. But I made it better.
It was kind of a crazy time for music. And then you had the whole Y2K thing. So, like, you know, pop and everybody was trying to sound like super futuristic. And then grunge and emo were so anti-establishment. And they were, like, constantly clashing, like, music-wise.
Yep. Also, the
It's a fun
amount
time.
of, like, silver lame and, like, silver costuming that we wore because that was going to be future-y, and, like, the big baggy pants, but everything's just, like, reflective silver because this is the future, and that's how you know it's the future.
And belt chains. Let's not forget the
Oh,
belt
God,
chains,
the belt
folks.
chains. Oh, my God.
Because that's the modern way to keep a track of your wallet.
Yeah.
Or your chapstick. Or your Tamagotchi. Or whatever.
I used to have too
God.
much income. Yeah, there was somewhere, and, like, Hebe, I love it because some of the choruses were so catchy that, like, they start playing on the TikToks, and I still remember them, and I start singing along, and I was like, oh my gosh, really? I was saying all these words, but they were not registering. Yes, Hebe, this is a perfect get my mouse to work, maybe. There it is. I liked UFOs and belt change because it made me feel like a fighting game character. Like, I felt like I was in Final Fantasy. I'm just like, more belts. Just give me more belts.
Oh God, I forgot about the belts.
Yep. Nope, it's just... And I think some of it's been especially funny to see some of the fashion stuff that's coming back and has been coming back for the last few years, where I'm just like, this is so surreal. Like, I can't, like, I can't. I was like, I remember this. This was during my lifetime in a very vivid way, and we're doing it again. We're doing this again. Do we need to do it again? Okay.
Yeah, a few things I've been like, did we not learn our lessons? Do we really have to bring that back? Can we not? Can we just not?
Could we not? Yes. Hebe says, I can't wait for Gen Z to start hating middle parts again. Yeah, no, there was no going back to that. I rocked that for a very long time growing up, and we were done. We had our time. Excuse me, we had our time. We're done now. I was like, you cannot tell me visually that I look better with this center part than I do with my side part. So, thank you, but no. Yeah, it's... I was talking about it with someone recently. I can't remember if it was on stream or not, but it's very funny to me because I find it fun thing at the winery, especially during the summertime and anytime we're seeing more tourism, where we get just groups of people in, and I always refer to it as the Han Solo season. And the joke for that was, it was the season where you'd have girls who'd have, like, navy jeans and boots, and a lot of them, they'd have the stripe up the side, and then they'd all be wearing the puffy vest, and they'd all look exactly the same. I was like, I love it. I think it's hilarious. But we go through waves with this, where, like, recently it was the big, like, felted hats, and everybody just, like, they just all kind of look the same. It's weird now because now it's becoming all of the, like, baby doll, it's button down knitted sweater tops that are crop tops, and then, like, the tall mom jeans and the big chunky white shoes, and I'm just like, what is happening? This is so weird. And I struggle because it makes everybody look like kids. So I'm carding people who are like, seriously, you're carding me? I'm like, I can't tell anymore. I don't even know. I don't even know. Just give me this one. I can't. I can't. Yeah. Yeah, I worked a couple weeks in a row and it was easily 20 to 30 people in the same. And I refer to them as their uniforms. Like all this like neutral earthy tones type tops that are all the little sweater tops and then the really pale light high-waisted jeans and the chunky shoes and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
I don't know. I feel sad because I just got on the felt hat train. Like I just discovered hand painted felt hats and I'm absolutely in love. And then when I was looking, like shopping through them, I'm like, oh, I guess this was a trend like, 3-4 years ago. This is fine. This is so fine. I give up.
Yep.
Give up.
Yeah, I can't. I just don't have the energy anymore. Like, but also at this point, after 2 years in the pandemic, I'm like, no, it's leggings or jeggings, and you're not pulling my skinny jeans away from me. No, we're here now. We live here now. This isn't gonna change because I'm not shopping for clothes again. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, Vineyard Warrior says Kentucky Derby was yesterday. Some wonderful hats at the winery. I didn't even think
Ooh.
about that. Oh, I bet that was good. I bet that was good. All right. Oops. Hey, maybe I should save. That'd be good. And yeah, he be talking about the 12-year-olds yassifying themselves with makeup now. Yeah, the amount of makeup skill on like very young people is astounding to me. I'm like, I did not have that level of control when I was doing makeup. I would dare say I still don't have the best. I just am more particular now. Ooh. Hebe asks, does anyone here have any experience with design by humans as a merch store? I do not.
No.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but
Is it a store or is it a like merchandise platform? It sounds familiar.
yeah. So I'm wondering if I've heard other artists talk about doing stuff with it. That's not her face shape at all. It's both? Okay. Looks redbubble-ish. That's what I was going to guess. I can tell you enough that I have not heard anything super negative about it, which I know isn't a great endorsement, but also I haven't heard like horror stories floating around from anybody who has mentioned it.
I do not have enough knowledge base other than I recognize the name. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm sorry. I know that's not helpful.
So, moral of the story, Megan and I are no help.
Which means it's not terrible because we don't know about it.
Yeah. See, this is what I'll tell people sometimes if they ask me for recommendations of other wineries, and there are 70 of them just on the lake that I work at, so I have to tell them sometimes like I haven't been to all of them. But I'll tell you, I haven't heard anybody come in and be like, never go there, it's terrible. So that is something. Hi, hello, happy Sunday. He who is Steve. Happy Mother's Day to your kick-ass mama. Yeah. It could be a good thing. I agree, Hebe. I feel like Redbubble too is one of those where like I know people used it, like Megan, I know you used it for a bit, but like I never heard anybody be like, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing. You got to do it." Like it was a decent outlet for being able to do print on demand things for non-traditional items. There we go. Words are hard.
I will say, strangely enough, my Redbubble, just this year, I've started actually seeing some traction there because I had a few things up and then they've changed their partner program because I had a bunch of Steven Universe up because you could be an official like fan artist. It got approved through the licensee.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, it was amazing. And then Cartoon Network pulled their involvement in the partnership. And I'm like, well, there that goes. And then all of a sudden I'm getting sales on Redbubble. And I'm like, what? What happened? I'm so confused right now.
I have to laugh with that show because I always think of the quote from Parks and Rec where it's like, it's been too long now and I'm afraid to ask. Like, I hate the fact that I haven't watched it, but it's also been so long where I'm just like, oh no. Like, I'm so far behind on that I need to get on it.
Yeah, at Ithacon, I had to tell somebody that I actually haven't finished the last season and I'm terribly sorry. And they're like, what is wrong with you? Go finish the last season. I'm like, I know.
Like,
I
please, right now.
know.
Get out of the convention. Just go and go do it now.
Go do it now.
Do it
How can you
now.
call yourself a fan? You haven't even finished a series. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. It's always funny with drawing fan art. And for a while I was doing I would draw you any Pokemon that you wanted, and people were very sweet because they'd always ask like, "Oh, are you familiar with this one?" I'm like, "Nope, but Google is." Like, I don't have to know it in order to draw it. That's the beautiful thing. But if it's actual, like, I like putting something fun or not always Easter eggy, but just something little that is nice and relates to the into my pieces. And if it's not a fandom I'm familiar with, it's harder to do that unless the fan has a specific request. Thank you for that, Steve. I will be celebrating with my mother later. She has requested chicken, so there will be happy chicken on my face. Okay, microphone.
No, I was gonna say I realized I was still muted. Sorry. I was gonna say to having to Google like Pokemon, I do find myself Googling a lot with commissions. A lot of people ask for things that I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to draw it.
Yep.
Google is my best friend.
Yep. I think some of my favorites though are the people who've come to my table and like asked for horror things, which always cracks me up, or like big mech things. I'm like, you looked at all of this art and you said, you know what she wants to draw? Mechs and horror. Yep. I'm like, I'm sitting next to 4 other artists who would do either of these things better than me. Why do you want to suffer with me and make me do this? Yeah, there was one. Oh my gosh. It was, yeah, all the big robots. And I love mech. Like, I grew up on Gundam Wing and all the Gundams. Like, I love them. But even as a kid, I had a healthy appreciation of, like, I ain't drawing this. This is bananas. Are you kidding me? There was a character, I think it was a Yu-Gi-Oh card that was a really big, I think it was a golem, but it was also mechanical. And
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was actually called. Hold on, Google. I think it was actually called like Gollum or something. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it was so funny to me because I'm like, I mean, I can. Are you sure? Like anything else from Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm like, I feel like I could do a lot of the other characters better justice. Give me a dragon. I could probably do a dragon. They're like, no, I want this one. Like, okay.
Was it the one that looked like a castle?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, Destroyer Golem.
Destroyer
See.
Golem. Let's see. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, he's
Closer.
cool. I don't think castle.
There's also Millennium Golem, which looks like a pyramid come to life with an Eye of Ra. It's interesting looking. But I thought there was one that was more armor.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I'm not even gonna try. I feel like an old millennial now.
You're already doing better than me. Yeah, this looks really familiar. Although I'm having this moment where I'm like, shoot, if this was the reference, I'm like, this is not what I drew for that, man. I don't know. Yes, Bean, call your mother. Sorry, you forgot it was Mother's Day.
Oh no, yes, call your mother, call your grandmas, anybody maternal, give them a shout out. It is their day.
Yep. Mom is so funny because I'm like, what do you want to do today? Like, I have Doodle Crew, but I can work around. She's like, if it's nice, I want to work in the garden. I'm like, okay. Anything else? Like, nope, I don't want to cook. I'm like, okay, we can do both of those things. We can make this happen. The drama of people playing Drag Racing French. Oh, circle back. Hebe, I don't remember this. This shocks no one. Assume that Emily doesn't remember because not only do I have Swiss cheese brain, but I miss so many cultural touchstones. But yeah, apparently people were getting. There was a whole bunch of drama of people buying drag race themed things from Redbubble. Curious. Mm-hmm. Oh, Soapbox Clats, I remember you talking about that on one of the chat shows where there's a finality to it where if you read the last thing and there's no more, then there's no more. It just, that's the end and it wraps it up and my grandmother's too. Oh. Well, my mother is not a grandmother. She's a grand cat mother, but that's about it. So she just gets the one, which I think she's fine with. I did sign Vera's name to my mother's card, so I've become that level of cat lady, which is good. It's good. I feel like this is good things for me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes, Vineyard Warrior. Vera is important to everyone. And I am mostly over the fact that, anytime you come over, she picks your lap over mine. It's fine. I definitely don't do that personally. Like, no shame whatsoever. Like, crawls over me on my face to be like, no, I want his lap. His is better. Yours is fine when he's not here, but I want his.
It's like, now that I have my preferred lap, go away.
Yeah. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. That feels nice. Thank you. She also had Zoomies at 5 a.m. this morning, which I'm like, why? What do you want? It's too early. It's too early. It makes me sad. Hey, what up, Simkin? That's okay. That's okay. We are drawing Holidays as Heroes. Yeah. And Mayor Squish, I'm living for the crazy face. So good.
Yeah. I can get away with it with this one.
Yes. I love it. She's this thing where he would poke our feet at the end of the bed. Oh. 2 a.m. classic wrestle time. But yeah, there's a bunch of times where Vera gets very like, I want to play with my teeth and my claws. I'm like, I don't want to play. I was happy when we weren't playing like this. But can't complain too much. She's a very good girl. Here. Okay, I'm gonna redraw this one and give her a little bit of color. Why not? Oh. I like this.
So yeah, lines don't line up. This is fine. I'll just, it's simple, but I can't draw it. Why can't I draw it?
It's okay because it was well timed, because as I was doing that, I was like, how do elbows work? I don't understand.
Oh, God.
I just love the slow, like, starting to chuckle and then, oh no.
These are the noises my brain makes while I draw, and every once in a while they make it to my mouth, and I'm like, oh, somebody heard that. That's great.
Yep. I didn't actually realize how much noise I made, like little noises I made while I was working on art, until I started streaming, and I was like, oh my gosh, why? Why is there so much? Why do you never stop? But we're in it now. We've lived too long this way. I can't go back.
Nope. And if you see me making weird expressions while I'm drawing, it's because I'm drawing a weird expression. Just leave me alone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, trying to figure out facial expressions in college when I was animating. I'm just like, how does your face move like that? And like, yeah, yeah, looking really angry at my canvas, and someone comes up, they're like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm great." I'm just like thinking about a mad face, so I gotta make mad face. That's how this works.
That's how you tell your brain what to draw.
Hey, as the resident brain person, at some point, Mayor Squish, you're gonna have to explain to me why why I have to do that in order to make it make sense in my brain. Because
I'm sure I will at some point.
you can explain to me why my brain does some of the things it does. That would be wonderful.
I'm really struggling to not make him look as much like Green Arrow as he does.
Tell you what though, that's the Green Arrow from Justice League Unlimited. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that man was fine.
I think I'm giving off some of those vibes. Hopefully he doesn't look too much the same.
Yes. So, we are doing Holidays as Here's. So I am tackling the fun and playful side of Halloween. Megan is doing St. Patrick's Day, and I don't remember the specific qualifier that you gave because I was having way too much fun with my microphone.
I am thoroughly and unashamedly inspired by Thor as like a superhero. So I'm just doing like the St. Patrick's Day version, I guess.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna let Mayor Squish explain it because it is a very
Because it's ridiculous, yes.
It is ridiculous, and it's going to live in our hearts now.
So I chose World Contact Day, where all the members of the International Flying Saucer Bureau telepathically send a message into space to contact aliens. Because why not?
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to become a Doodle Crew tradition now, really, where we celebrate.
Yeah, I really need to know what day that is.
Oh,
and
it's
what this
March
year's message is.
15th.
March
Oh, we
15th.
missed it.
Oh, man. Okay, we'll have to put in our calendars for next year.
Okay.
It's funny too, because like they had to kind of settle on a message so that they could all, focus on the same thing.
Right.
But the message is so long, it's ridiculous. It's like 4 lines. It's too long.
Gosh, that's a lot. Hey, whenever you're joining a group or reciting vows, they only give you like 2 lines at a time, so you don't have to try and remember the whole thing. It's amazing. I love it so much. But I'm assuming, Simkin, part of this was inspired by Rise of the Guardians, which I think at the time when I had pitched this topic, I had just watched. But as time has no meaning anymore, I don't know when that was. So it might have been around Christmas time. It might have been in March. I don't know. Or they didn't get the deal. Oh, I don't know anything about this. So let's read it to the group. Yeah. So it says, I have to admit, I didn't really get the deal with St. Patrick getting rid of the quote unquote snakes was about, but just recently learned that the snakes was code for druids and Wiccans, or is that just an urban myth? That I don't know.
Well, I am not expert, but he is known for both of those things, so I could see where it could have been. I mean, they liked, using metaphors and euphemisms and things, so I could see where that would be a thing, but I don't know that it is. It just sounds right, I guess. I mean, Ireland's pretty about temperate. It's about our weather, right?
Yeah, but again, I wonder. There are never any snakes in Ireland, so I wonder, like, again, if it's you don't get rats in Hawaii until the voyagers from French Polynesia and all of that travel and the rats stow away. So I wonder if if no one ever brings snakes to Ireland.
But they do have snakes in England, and that was around the time of St. Patrick was around the time of Roman occupied Great Britain, like trying to spread Christianity to Ireland. So I don't know. I don't know. That is a great historical question that greater minds will have to ponder than mine.
And I have been burned so many times with either like phrases that were said so much growing up or things that were just like, I guess, myths or legends that were believed or perpetuated that now I'm just like, is this a real thing or was this just the thing that everybody said because we just kept saying it and it's not actually a real thing? And I feel like a big old dum-dum. So, which I mean, I'm not afraid of. I could be a dum-dum. It's okay. I can learn, but try not to be one all the time. Someday I'm going to design a character that doesn't make me draw elaborate hands all the time. Simkin says I had a dum-dum for graduation. I forgot what Latin honors were and thought it was about Latin students on the honor roll. I had something recently where I just like my brain just shorted out. I wish I could remember it now, of course not. And like I don't know. It was such a strange like thought process where I was thinking these things. I'm like, but I know this isn't right, but I don't know. I don't know. Just shorted out. Why? Didn't do anything. Heh. Emily's microphone today brought to you by Sounds of the Ocean.
You having some white noise ambience going on over there? Ambiance?
I don't even know. Don't even know. I swear my my audio box is cursed. Oh goodness. Okay. Color. Yep. Yeah, Timkin. None of that on In Addition or my own personal stream. It waited until Doodle Crew to be like, ha ha ha, you forgot about me, but I'm back. Awesome. Love this for me. Yeah, saying my microphone be popping is not as exciting as it sounds. Also, I was having an absolute love affair with this watercolor brush from my mermaid stream, and so I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
Girl, my mic is pooping, is what it is. You're not wrong, Hebe. You are not wrong. Oh, and along the lines, Megan, I think you'll find it funny, is, I knew I wanted to draw mermaids because I was like, nope, gotta, definitely need to do this. If I'm going to do stream, I need to draw mermaid because I never do it and everything. I was like, I'll just focus on drawing some fun shapes and everything. And then I found that other prompt list and I'm like, or just do color, which was not the thing I wanted to do at all. Okay. Like, well, here we are. It worked out.
I have to say, I was a little surprised at how many mermaid prompt lists now exist. Somebody tagged me. I think it was on Twitter. I don't think it was on Instagram. But they had compiled an Excel sheet of mermaid prompts for people if they were looking for different lists. And I'm like, how many are there?
Yeah.
I was in the first batch of several lists.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think, at least in my mind, it's Inktober as far as overall notoriety, and then I think Mermaid is probably second. Of the two, when I think of the monthly prompts, those are the two that spring to mind the most for me.
Yeah, I think if anybody knows of the drawing challenges, they know of Inktober and Mermaid, and a close third I've been surprised by is February. I probably just massacred that, but fairies in February. You get it.
Okay.
And Smoggist.
Oh, Smoggist, yes. Yeah, I'm trying to think which other ones I know just off the top of my head. Not that I ever do any of them, because why would I do that? That seems just silly.
Okay, that's not my imagination. Something funky is going on with my canvas.
That's not how hair works. Okay. Are there any specific watercolor ones, Nicole?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say, you're the only other one who I'd know who would know these, because you are a woman of the internet more so than I am.
I guess.
Well, I like it because you know all of these things, and then you tell me things that I should know, so I don't feel quite so out of the loop all of the time. Yeah, chat, do you know? Why? Chat, do you know any other monthly challenges that come to mind? Being an internet person is both a blessing and a curse, is true. I always feel bad when Randall sends me a meme and I saw it 2 years ago. Yeah, there's been some weird... I see a lot more of that recently with being on TikTok and friends who are still on Instagram Reels. So they'll send me stuff like, this is hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, I actually saw this weeks ago, which I'm like, I've never been this person. Tell you what, though, there are still some that pop up, and it doesn't matter how many times I've seen them, they still make me crack up every time. It's like, nope, I'm happy. I'm happy this came back into my life. Yeah, I feel like that's what Twitter is good for. Being on the forefront of everything. Everything great and everything awful.
The internet is a wild, wacky place, and sometimes it's the most wonderful thing, and sometimes it's like, I do not want to be here.
I don't want to be on this planet anymore. You could try and color with the eraser, Emily, but it's not going to work. Every time.
Sorry, I thought I heard the Emperor's New Groove soundtrack in the background, and I was like, somebody watching the Emperor's New Groove, and I'm not there.
Like, without me?
Without me? How dare you?
Such a good movie.
I think it's one of those underrated, like, Disney movies. It needs more love.
It absolutely does. And I love the, I know we've talked about this before, but the documentary about what it was going to be and what it turned into, I was like, no, I'm sure that other movie was going to be great, but the movie that came out is solid gold. So I have no complaints.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, it just, I cannot name another Disney movie that has that same, like, chaos energy.
And you know, when Disney does like the funny, they do it well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody finally figured it out about, 5 or 7 years ago. Like, oh guys, we can actually we can do more funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's okay.
It's allowed. We can do this. Yeah. I enjoy whenever I'm really congested, as I've been lately, and I get my extra cartoon voice. I love to. Is that my voice? Because it's the most perfect. The most perfect thing. I also think it's one that it's sad because it's not, it's not the traditional romance. It doesn't have a traditional lead or characters or anything. But I was like, as someone who has loved, that style for a very long time, it's so good.
It's just I feel like we just needed more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got it a lot more from other studios, like, things like Road to El Dorado and other things. And it's like Disney was finally like, okay, we'll give you one. And we're like, yes, great, keep them coming. And they're like, nah, we're doing Princesses next. It's like,
like, no, we dipped our toe in. We did it. And then, like, running back to the comfort of their...
I know.
Oh, no, don't make us return.
Or actually thinking about when Emperor's New Groove came out, no, what they did is they ran back to the comfort of their sequels. That was during their horrible sequels era.
Oh,
I cannot talk today.
oh, dude, same. Yeah, no, that was not a time that it was fun to be a fan. I'm like, why though? Mulan didn't need this sequel. I wish I had not seen this. Take it back.
I don't think there were many of those that I looked at and went, oh yeah, this should exist. I think about the only one that I was happy with was like a Goofy movie 2. And I was like, all right, it wasn't needed, but at least it's fun.
Yeah.
The rest of them could go somewhere. Please don't do these anymore.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, the only one I'll say, well, no, there's two. Pocahontas 2 had one really banger song. I'll give it that. It's still not a fun movie. No, not fun. Real weird at times. And you've got Lion King 2, because that one also has the really great "He Lives in You" song. Right? That's from 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, it's got a couple of the Not One of Us is pretty banger. The He Lives in You. I almost do like the love song from that one too. It's just kind of silly, but like, it's fun.
Yeah.
What was it called? Topanga? Something. Yeah, I'll give you Lion King too. I think it was watchable. It was definitely watchable.
It was watchable. It felt a lot more like the TV shows that they used to make, like the Hercules TV show and the Aladdin TV show. Because I was like, no, I accept that these are TV shows. They're not going to be the movie, but they're still fun. They're silly, but they're watchable. Yeah, no,
and there was some gold in the TV series, like the crossover, the Aladdin Hercules crossover. That was phenomenal. That was Disney poking a little bit of fun in itself, especially with Jafar and Hades, because they're like, what's your deal as a villain? And when Jafar laughs, Hades is like, really? That's your laugh? And he's like, what? What's wrong with
it? Yeah. I feel like that was one where that studio was just not getting paid quite as much attention as some of the other ones, so they could get away with it. Just pray the Disney execs don't actually watch our stuff, because blatantly
we'll shut it down because we're having fun with it.
Yes. No fun allowed. Yeah, I was thinking the Little Mermaid TV show too. Hebe, I struggled with Little Mermaid too. I don't know why. I think it's because I didn't like her kid. I'm sorry. Melody, right? Melody was her name?
Melody.
Struggled with Melody.
No, to be honest, I appreciate the Little Mermaid too. I appreciate what they tried to do. I am also very annoyed that it's basically the same exact story, except let's make her 9 instead of 16, and instead of wanting to go to land, she wants to go to water. Boom, we have a sequel. Let's get the money. Like, I was like, oh, you guys could have at least tried.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like no effort was put into that one. We're like, nope, we're just gonna do the same story. Don't you? What? We need a sea witch? We got you.
Ursula's, was it sister or cousin? I can't remember now.
I can't remember. Hebe, was it sister or cousin? I thought it was cousin. Like well, because Triton and Ursula were siblings, right?
I don't know that that's official.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that that's official.
I don't know the lore.
I don't either.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. We were just talking about this in my family recently. It's one of those stories that could have just been solved by communication.
What? Talk to your kids. What?
Never. Oh, what's her sister? Yep. TV's sister, so good call.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, wait. Is the witch her sister or the Triton her sister? Her sister was a witch.
Oh.
It's Ursula's younger sister, Morgana. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
No. Whoops. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I don't know what I hit, but okay. You're gonna look at me? You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Speaking of internet things that live in my brain rent free.
Oh, so many of them do. It's not even funny anymore.
No, it's they sneak their way into my daily like conversations with customers and stuff like that. I'm just like, why? No one knows what you're talking about. They think you're insane. Oh, apparently Ursula. Oh, Hebe, I love it. Down the rabbit hole. Ursula also had a daughter named Uma, apparently.
What? Where does that come in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming this is the extended lore.
Well, now I'm like really tempted to stop for a second and like Google if Triton and Ursula were actually siblings, or if that's just something that one amazing artist on Instagram that does the Ursula comic like made up. Now I need to know. Oh God, now I need to know.
Oh, it's Descendants. Okay. Yeah, that's one I missed. I missed the age for that one. They were young for me. So I was not a Descendants person. So I know of them, but I know nothing about them and have never watched any. Trying to think, when did that come out?
Oh.
I remember enough that I have a free comic book day comic of it. So where they're all like super mangafied. Mangafied?
Mangafied. Yep. All right, guys. I've got an answer to the question. Apparently, it was intended from the get-go that Ursula was Trident's sister. It is in the movie novelization as well as the stage musical, but the movie itself never mentions it.
That's where I got it from. I got it from the Broadway musical. I was like, why do I have this information? That makes more sense. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising, but it's like, geez.
Yeah. I think it was, I mean, again, not that she necessarily needed more reason to have a claim to the throne and the trident other than just wanting it, but I think that, it made that much more sense than why there'd be a power struggle between brother and sister. But also, why is one an octopus and one is a mermaid? I have other questions about that.
The comic that I mentioned on Instagram actually does a really good job of like giving a reason that she's different.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me find the artist, because I feel like I can't just mention it and throw out that great hook and be like,
and now I
not
tell you
who it
else.
is.
I tell you no more.
I tell you no more.
Yep.
Yeah, I found this person in a mermaid. I want to say a couple years back they were doing their own OC mermaid characters, and then they did a whole Ursula comic. And somebody in chat will probably mention it before I find them, but I swear I'm following them somewhere. Somewhere.
Getting back to
Oh, wait. No, that wasn't them.
Oh, do you mean, are you referencing Lore Olympus, Hebe? Because that's where my brain goes, talking about amazing things, but that's just because I love that comic. Sorry, love it. Power Rangers Boom comics start off right after Tommy joins the team and actually gives depth to them not fully trusting him instead of just being like, you just tried to kill us under a spell. We besties now. No, general lore. Yeah, that's fair. feel like I need at least one some kind of action shot since I've done a lot of cozy things. Tell you what, though, her colors worked better than I thought they were going to. That was always my struggle when I was trying to work on this character more, because I was like, oh, okay, well, I made a lot of it black, and the lines are black, and the costume is black, and her hair is black. I'm like, shoot. Bad, Emily, bad design. I do love the oh gosh, I think I saw it on Webtoon, but it might be part of the like canvas thing, which is, I don't know exactly which web facilitating comic device I saw it on, but the little trash mermaid cracks me up. I enjoy that one very much. It's real gross at times, but yeah, it's so fun. Little trash mermaid. I was like, oh, this is funny and real.
Okay, I found them on Facebook. That took. Hold on, let me get back over to Instagram. And then, am I able to put anything on chat or no? No.
You can send it in Discord, or you can whisper it to either of us, and then we can post it.
Okay, cool. I will try that. Because it is a really good take on Ursula's origin, and I have no idea, like I said, if it's canon or just something they made up, but it is a good ride.
I like that.
All right, I put it on Discord.
Okay. Boop.
Now I can get back to drawing. Yay!
Yeah. Aw, that's cute. Okay. I'm not just going to say that. I'm going to share with the class. Also, Mayor Squish, I'm using you as our timekeeper. How are you doing? Yes, cool, because you're a good reference because you actually finish your pieces. So I try and also finish things around the same time, or be to a good stopping point when you are. So.
Well, I will say I did make a little bit of a mistake with this one in the fact that I did the entire background pretty early on, and it was very, water heavy, so couldn't do anything for a long time.
Good, buying us time. I appreciate it. Okay. It's not. Okay. I thought this would be an easy thing to look up. I was wrong. What? Okay. Sure. I know about anatomy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally do. Mm-mm. I realized I should have waited to post it in the chat until the end of our episode because now everybody's like, I'm gonna go click over there and look at that. I'm sorry.
Like, I want to see what that is now.
Cool, mermaids.
Well, it is mermaid, so I
It's
mean,
mermaid. It is. That's cool. Oh, I love that outline, Mayor Squish. Yeah.
I thought I would finally try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it. I dig it. Also, I saw you bust out the Posca and I got very excited.
Heck yeah. Honestly, at this point, my Poscas are my best friends.
Well, it's
Just so useful.
I love, and I know we've talked about this, especially on the watercolor streams before, where there was kind of this like subconscious thing in our brains where if you do watercolor, you have to just only use watercolor. Like you can't really sketch, you can't paint on it, you can't use any other mediums to help you. And I was like, no, all of this is wrong. Like if you want to bring the whites back out, that sounds weird. If you want to bring the color white back out, you can go back over it with a Posca pen or a gel pen. If you want to enhance the outlines of it, you can ink pen over it and give it outlines. Like there's no rules for this. And yeah, I think it's so funny when it comes to watercolor that was this like deeply ingrained thought process I had about watercolor where I was like, no, you can't. Like that's why I struggle with it so much because I can't sketch. And I was like, you can sketch. It's fine, and it's okay if the pencil even shows through. And I'm just like, what?
Right. I follow a couple artists that do watercolor and then they add like colored pencil on top, and it just somehow that never occurred to me, but like you can do whatever you want. It's all those weird like limitations we put on ourselves.
Yep. It's so funny. I remember it was the Drew Struzan documentary, which I highly, highly recommend if anybody wants a very fun art documentary. So Drew Struzan is famous for, I would say, 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s. He is the illustrator behind very famous posters. So he did all of the Indiana Jones posters. He did the Goonies. He did, I think, like Adventures in Babysitting. But like, his art without knowing his name. And watching his process, like he does, I think it's acrylics, but then he does all of this like texture detail over top with colored pencils. And it's so specifically his style, but he's doing these beautiful portraits and they somehow then even look even better because of the way that he adds this texture to it. So it looks less realistic, but it looks better. Like, I first like really, really found him because he did the prequels for Star Wars. He did all of those posters and I had a bunch of those in my room and I just like, they're poster size. So they're huge. And I'm looking at all this detail and I'm just like, this is incredible. Movies are garbage, but this is incredible. They're not garbage. They're just not my favorite. And then I saw the Clone Wars TV show and I saw what could have been. And I'm just like, oh, that again.
See, I think that made it worse. Like we could have been like, all right, the prequels weren't the best, but at least it's Star Wars, and then they came out with Clone Wars, and it was like, oh,
they could have had it all. No, yeah, I did the mistake of getting really into Clone Wars and watching it up, and like you're so invested. And it's so weird because it's a hard storytelling place to be in because you know what happens. You know who's going to be Darth Vader. You know Obi-Wan's going to survive. Like, how do you create tension? But they managed to by focusing on so many of the other characters and the clones and Ahsoka and all of this. And so I watched it and I was so hyped. And I was like, man, this leads right into the third movie. Like, I'm going to rewatch it. Like, this feels so good. And I watched it. I'm just like, why? No, I made it worse. Because you go back to feeling all of this depth of character from Anakin and Obi-Wan and the conflict and all of this stuff, and then you watch the movie and it's so wooden and so bad. And I just like, even Duel of the Fates can't save this. And I have a lot of feelings on it. A lot of feelings. Such a mistake. Don't do that. Just enjoy the Clone Wars TV show. Just leave it at that. It's going to feel so much better. Also, Hebe, I would watch in a heartbeat like a breakdown of the Resident Evil movies and universe lore from you, even though they terrify me and I don't want to play them and I don't want to watch them. Like, I would listen to you talk about that because that would be so much fun. And I don't know if He Who Is Steve is still here, but I'm pretty sure he did a completely, totally honest, not humorous at all, factual take on Resident Evil, the new one, the new game, I think. Yeah. Yeah, but see, when you do it when you're playing the games, it means I have to listen to you play the games as well and get scared. Like, I know this came out for PlayStation 1 and the graphics aren't scary, but I'm still scared. This fear runs deep. Full immersion, no questions. Oh, I love it. I've also decided that I want to give my character a little. I mean, she's giving me full time like emo scene girl, and I'm here for it. But I'm gonna give her a little like candy barrette.
I love it. Yeah. What kind of candy? That is important.
It's true. I was thinking. All I can think of is it's some sort of circular one, and it's got orange and red wrapper on it, and it's got the two big things. But I don't know. I think it's probably closest to a Lindt chocolate ball, but also a hard candy. Yes, that's all I can think of. It's it's very similar again because I just watched this recently. Very similar to the candy that Bing Bong cries in Inside Out. Like, it's all just various like wrapper candy where I don't know what any of it is, but yeah. Then I'm not in risk of any brands coming after me. And I could never make it a Tootsie Roll because I don't like Tootsie Rolls. So I got to figure out what kind of shoe she's wearing. Which I have. Yeah, Hebe, there's been a couple of times where I've had people who've had like bacon and eggs earrings or little like fries and stuff where I'm just like, these are adorable and I want all of them. The big one I really want though are they're the hair clips that are the skeleton hands. Like, oh, I want those. I want those real bad.
I have that as a necklace.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that.
It's always cold in October because it's metal. But I like it.
I got a hoodie last year with the skeleton hands making a heart.
Oh,
I'm so happy with it.
I love that. Yeah, it's one of those where like I know it's a cash grab, but some of the super cute like Halloween themed stuff to buy, I'm like, I want all of this. Yeah, I don't care. I want it. Oh, at Target, I bought a bunch of their small Christmas tree ornaments that were food and dinosaurs and cats, and I'm attached earring hooks to them. Yes, I love it. Let's go back to the color. Oh, we're pulling the tape. Does that mean I have to finish up?
You're fine.
I'm so glad I got color down. Oh my gosh.
I colored one of them. That's as much as you're getting from me today. Nope.
Okay, I've never actually looked at pictures of green beer, and I am very disturbed at just how green this is.
Yeah. Yeah, my very first interaction with green beer was not on St. Patrick's Day itself. It was the day after, and it was when I was in college, and I was walking to school, and I just kept walking past piles of green puke. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Oh,
I hate
man.
this. I hate this. Pittsburgh, why? Why? I did not besmirch the city. I just besmirched the drunks who got really, really drunk and puked on the bridge that I had to walk over to get to college. Also, I was 18 to 20, 17 to 20 when I went to college, so I couldn't drink legally at the time, so I couldn't partake in the fun. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a specific to Pittsburgh thing. That just happened to be the city that I was in. Country Mouse's first experience in the big city. You know, I started really strong with this pose, and I'm just making everything worse now. Stop making it worse.
All right, I will BRB.
Okay. Are you done? Oh, Nicole, it was funny. I I got an email from Etsy where it's like, "Have you been shipping to Germany?" And I'm like,
Same.
what do you want,
no.
Etsy? No, technically not. What do you want? But I laughed and thought of you.
Yeah, it's interesting. All my sales have been to the United States, which is really odd.
Yeah. Well, and again, this is only tangentially related, but this is how my brain works. So, and since you're the only one here with me now, you get to go on this adventure with me. I was totally unaware of the group of artists who are all going on strike to protest Etsy's up thing of the new sales that the amount of tax that they are collecting and all of that. And I felt so bad because I would have happily, put my shop into vacation mode and done all that. But I was like, I was so oblivious to everything going on. And I just, I was like, But I also had that moment, and this is not the right reaction, but I was like, man, I just figured out Etsy. I don't want to try and go and establish myself on a whole new platform.
Right. Well, that's a thing too. Like I 100% understand the frustration because I think they upped it to like, I don't know, something crazy.
It's something, and it's a lot, and they had just
Yeah.
upped it like a year ago, and I was like, now during the pandemic, this is
Right,
when you
yeah.
want to do this during the
But the
panorama.
thing is, like, I'm not aware of any other platform with those kind of, I guess, advantages. Because, like, Etsy has a built-in audience, right?
Yep.
But if you open your shop on, like, Shopify or something like, or even, like, whatever else there is, like WordPress, like, you don't have a built-in audience. You have to already have customers who know that you exist.
Yeah.
And know that they like your stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of weird like that.
Yep. Unfortunately, I find myself resigned to the fact that I am not big enough to make a jump on my own. And like you said, I don't have the notoriety. I don't have the built-in fan base. I need the discoverability. It's why I spend so much time on my, my keywords and all of that, because and it's people go to Etsy to look for specific things that I have. Like, not me specifically, but like, no, if you're going to look for weird stickers, you go to Etsy. Like, it is a very different platform than it was 10 years ago. And that's a great thing. But at the same time, they've kind of cornered the notoriety market. If you ask people who aren't, I don't want to say as internet savvy, but just don't spend as much time on the internet as we do. Like, hey, where would you go to find goods like this? Everybody's going to say Etsy. Camera on. There's the conundrum of nobody else in the U.S. is waiting for the payment. Yeah. Play by the law of the land. I did see someone say not to lash out at people who continue to sell on Etsy, but reach out to them personally and try and... Yeah. Yeah, Hebe, I appreciate that. Let me highlight that, because it was kind of along the lines of people were like, well, if they're charging you more, just up your prices. And I was like, I really can't. Like, not that my stuff's not worth it, but I sell very specific goods, and we're kind of at the price point for them. And I mean, I could charge for shipping or something, but yeah, I'm still small enough where I can't afford to do that necessarily. Yeah. So, no, I would love to have just a shop that I could direct sell to, but like Nicole said, it's if people knew to look for me there, sure, but yeah, so many of the sales I've made in the last 2 years are not to people I know. Like, these are strangers who I'm assuming found me because they searched for a certain word. So,
Are we talking about Etsy nonsense?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I totally missed the whole like train of putting your shop and protesting and all of that, and like got to it so late once it was already happening, and felt very foolish and felt bad for not being more on top of it, but just consistently missing things as per usual.
I felt a little bad because I had already like planned a sale during that time. So, and then they were like, "No, we're going on strike." And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Not that I don't support, fighting back with fee raises and stuff, but can we do another one later maybe?
Yeah. Well, and I know, again, it's not that all voices aren't important, but I make up such a small amount of money that Etsy makes, like, other than being an additional person who was also fighting it. And I'm like, I can't really make waves with, me stopping my money to them. Like, that's not. It needs to come from bigger creators who have more, invested in that, because yeah, it's just Hold on, this is something I saw somewhat recently. Sticker mules now trying to start or get involved in, I don't know, I got an email about it. Some new, it looks like Twitter, but it's not. It kind of looks like Twitter and Discord together thing that they're doing. Help me, Mayor Squish. I don't remember.
I mean, sticker meal is kind of, yeah.
Hmm.
I hate that they probably have the best quality stickers and price ratio or whatever, but like, they're real sketchy lately.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have, wow, I can't talk. I have 2 sticker orders that I'm going to place soon, and I have 2 places that I'm going to try that are not Sticker Mule, so I can compare and see, how they are on pricing, how they are on timing, and how they are on quality. Because if I could find another option, that would be great. Since I have now completely leaned into my sticker empire.
I will say that Sticker Mule probably cannot be beat for small batch orders. Like their sample packs are just price wise difficult to beat. But I have found with other vendors, like with bigger orders, like good sticker quality out there.
That's good. I know we had talked about this in Discord. What ones are ones that you use?
I've done Sticker App, I've used Zap Creatives, and there was Sticker U.
Okay.
Sticker U, I'm kind of leaning towards not using because they're just so much thinner. But now I have a new printer, and my stickers are turning out better than they were a couple months ago. So, like, I don't need to do small batch orders right now, which is great.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna try out a sticker app. I think because I've got one I could order a larger quantity and not, because some of my stuff is it's so silly or so specific. I'm like, I will never sell 50 of these, or I will not sell 50 of these unless it's the next 10 years, and I don't really want that many in my stock. But there's a few I think that I could handle having more of. And the other one, and this one is someone was talking to me about at Ithacon. They mentioned fast stickers, so I'm going to give that one a shot. And
Oh,
so,
let me know. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
that was oh no, someone we both know whose name I can now not remember, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Also, Mayor Squish, I am playing so fast and loose with my anatomy on this one. So.
That's okay. I don't judge you.
I know where the spine is. I know where the ribs are. That was always my problem with this character, though, is because I was like, oh, I love this idea for her costume, but if I had to draw this in a comic, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
I'd have to make like a custom texture of, what her shirt looked like. Or just conveniently have her, always wear like a jacket over it or something. Ah. Okay.
Emily's artist tip for the day: when in doubt, hide it.
Hide it. You know what this needs? A rock. A rock right in front of their feet. Nailed it. Yeah, I was talking to my students at one point about that, and I was like, everybody does it. Everybody hides the hands behind the back. Everybody puts them in pockets. Everybody will have, hair going over one eye so you don't have to draw the other eye. This is just the life cycle, the process of how we do this. Excuse me.
It is all part of the art cycle.
It is. We all get to experience this. We all get to go back and laugh about it later. It's just what we do. You have the kids who said, like, I could never draw hands like you do. And I was like, see, I too had that moment. And now, look at me. Sometimes I even draw them correctly.
When the wind blows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day I had a case of what I called jelly hands. Like I drew them and I'm like, why do the fingers have no bones? Like, how long have you been drawing hands, Megan? What is happening?
Why is it a no bones day? I need it to be a bones day.
I need the hands to look good. It's kind of a focal point. This is not working for me.
Yeah, the number of times where I will make a piece that I'm so excited about, and I'm like, why are the hands the focus and in perspective? What are you doing? You lunatic? What? Why? Why would anybody do this? Yeah, see, that's why what you do, Vineyard Warrior, is sorcery, because I never understood how to hide the stuff, my mistakes with photography. I was always like, no, don't you worry. I set up this beautiful shot, and then I put my finger in front of the camera, so there's a little fuzzy halo in the bottom corner. Every time. Like, of course, I meant for that to not be in focus. I definitely meant it. I like that hair a lot better. Why did I make it bad in this one? A bit better. Okay. Yes, Hebe says, I'm really hoping my new merch design is ready soon so I can do a sticker order. Yes. I still need to make a I got to figure out how I want to do it, but a cute little cartoon version of you that says don't lick the problem, which I don't remember what we were talking about, but it was on stream and I saved it in my notes because I was like, I need a sticker of Hebe's face saying this because it makes me giggle. So, don't lick the problem. Like I said, I wish for the life of me I would have written any context down about what started that, but what's the problem? Well, I was gonna say that's from watching all the Trixie Mattel videos where they put the makeup brush in their mouth before, like, to get it smoothed out. I was like, yeah, I used to do that with my paintbrushes, but you shouldn't lick the paint. That's bad. No, Bob, that's bad. Oh my God.
Did you just throw in an Incredibles reference?
Yes, I did. Thank you. I use that line so much, and everyone's just like, okay. And I was like, that line cracks me up.
It's like it's the essential like family scene. Like, oh, good. No, Bob,
No,
that's
Bob,
bad.
that's bad.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah, just listen to your mother. Oh my God,
Oh, gosh.
I die at that movie. It's so good.
And I will say that was one sequel totally worth it. I was waiting for that one.
I was impressed. What, it was like 12, 14 years? Like,
yeah, it was a bit.
I was impressed. It was much better than I think it had any right being. So, I mean, and Toy Story. Like, Toy Story's done a number of sequels, and I've not been disappointed. So, but
No, I was a little shocked when they announced the fourth one because they had really set up the third one to be the last one. I'm like,
Yeah.
where could you possibly go
yeah.
from the third one? I'm like, but it is Toy Story, so I will reserve judgment.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I feel a little tired with this one, but wow, what a way to open up the world and the possibilities. I appreciate that. I really do. And it was worth watching. But I think they could have ended at 3 and been fine. I'm just saying.
Yep. That's why with some of them, I was like, now I'll give it also from personal preference. I like Frozen 2 better than Frozen 1, and I was really not excited about. I know. I think it's more fun. I think I mean, the songs are bomb in both of them. That's the music has been great, but like, I feel like each character gets to do a little bit more in 2, and yeah.
I could see that. I feel like they really they broke the mold a little with Frozen and they just pushed it further in Frozen 2. I actually like both of them. I if you had to ask me to pick a favorite, I'd be like, well, 1 really broke the barriers, but
yeah.
I think 2 is overall prettier and more exciting.
Yeah. And I like the emotional range that each of the characters go through. And I'll also say, I found Olaf so much more endearing in the second one. I went back and watched the first one again recently, and I'm like, he is annoying in the first one. Like, I know he's supposed to be for kids, but oh my god, I can't.
Oh, look, I've been impaled.
Yeah, that line was good.
It's about the only one.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I did it. I got color, I got poses. We did it. We've got my happy little Halloween skull girl, which I have no idea what to name her because anything I'm coming up with is just too stupid cutesy Halloween. So,
well, what about Jackie?
Oh, I don't hate Jackie. I just like her little pumpkin bombs. Also, can we talk about how much I love how this hair looks and hate how this hair looks? I'm like, it's the same character. Why can't you draw it good both times? Who knows? But I like it. I like her sass. She's fun. A little skull face. Yay! All right. Jackie Olanta. I like that.
Oh, I like that.
Write that down. Okay. Show and tell time?
Show and tell time.
Mayor Squish, you get to go first.
Yay!
Yeah.
So, his face is kind of a mood for me at the moment. Just like, I'm fine.
I love it.
But yeah.
Ooh, so good. Holding the sign, it just, it's so good.
He stole it.
I love his makeshift antenna. That is perfection.
Yep.
With the strainer, it's great.
Perfect. It's perfect. You nailed it. I love it. Awesome. Hey, where can people find you and more of your awesome art?
You can find me pretty much anywhere at Mayor Squish or Mayor Squish Art. And yeah, my Etsy is still in vacation mode since Christmas, and I kind of feel bad about it. But also, I don't have any time right now.
Yeah, dude, I feel that. But also, if they go and favorite your shop, then they'll get a notification when you're back. So
yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's so fun. Also, you're I don't even know the words, like cloudy background is just so good.
Yes, that's one of my favorite paints because it has 3 different pigments in it, but the pigments all have different weight. So some of them rise to the top and some of them sink and it granulates. It's really pretty.
Oh, it's super cool. Is it the one that kind of looks like a bruise that you sent me a little bit
Yes.
of? It's so good. I love it so much. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, Megan time.
Yay!
Let's see.
All right, this is what I did. This is what I got. So the colors of his costume are obviously based off the Irish flag. I didn't get to drawing the line art for the weapons, but I gave him a drum and the knuckles of justice, and of course, here's my Thor reference. Another.
I love it. Oh, he's cute.
Thank you.
Zoom in. I want to see all the details.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, look at it. Oh, he's handsome.
I found it challenging to draw a beard, but I think it actually turned out well.
Yeah, I dig it. I think you managed to really do a good job of differentiating him from Green Lantern. Like as you were saying that, I think he's got his own feel. I like it.
Yay!
Yeah. No, he looks fight ready. Also, look at you with that point in perspective. Yeah.
Hey, I had to bring my hand game after talking about jelly hands. I mean,
oh, I love it. I love it. All right, and where can people find you?
All right, I am on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure my Twitter's the same, Megan C Creates. I also do have an Etsy shop. If you want to purchase from there, or if you just want to DM me, if you don't want to support Etsy, that's fine. I can sell separately as well. You know, whatever. I'm open.
Yay! I love it. Yes, I still have to figure out. I got amazing washi tape from Megan, and I need to plan. Like it's one of those where I got 2 rolls. I got extra just in case, but I was like, I need to plan what I want to do with it. So I'm very, very excited. Oh, all right. See ya. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, microphone. Thank you. All right. So this is Jackie. She's my little Halloween pumpkin shenanigans maker. Yeah, a little pumpkin head. So she's gonna throw a la Green Goblin. She's gonna throw little pumpkin bombs at people. She's got her little candy clip. But I like that she's wearing essentially the tank top and leggings that I have, which are the skeleton. Must you microphone? Must you?
Oh my god, I love that she's doing the little like blit, like sticking her tongue out. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, she's fun. So this is I've kept it really small, but this is the original sketch from years and years ago that I drew at I think a drink and draw at the bar around Halloween, and I liked her, and she's been floating around in there, and I've never given her more time, but I like the purple skin. I like how that turned out. I'm digging it. So I think we might do some more with her.
I really like it. I also see what you were talking about in the hair, because like in that one action shot, she almost looks like she's got a full side sweep, which would be really cool, as opposed to all the others where it's like bangs and everything.
Yeah. So I gotta, obviously, as we were talking about earlier, I gotta nitpick into her character design a little bit more, but this was fun. It's the most time she's ever gotten to be worked with. So yeah, I had fun. And hey, if you want to follow me, you can follow me across the internet at a Swan named Emily. And I too have an Etsy shop, and it is a Swan named Emily. So if you want to see my stickers, you can see them all there. And same as what Megan said, if you'd like to purchase from me directly, I can also do that. We have the technology. We can make that happen. Also, if you, I like that Hebe says she should get that checked out. Yes. If you would like to see more Doodle Crew, we will be back this Thursday for our season finale. I know we took 2 months off between last episode and this episode, but we're going to wrap up this season. So on Thursday, with the lovely Hebe and our friend Slooty Mage, Joey, we are going to do the season finale, which is also the end of the world finale. So we're going to do apocalypse themed. So chat, if you're interested, send us your ideas. We're going to do characters and natural disasters and mash them together. Just come and throw weird stuff at us. I'm very excited. All things apocalypse. Super, super fun. Then we will take another small break in between seasons. Not really. It's going to be like 2 weeks. And then we'll be back in June for season 3 kickoff. So you want more Doodle Crew, follow us across the internet at Doodle Crew Draw. And as always, if you want to know anything more about any of the artists, you can go to our link tree and check that out there. But yeah, come summertime, hopefully get back into a more regular schedule. Who knows? I never know. But we really appreciate all of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.